Welcome to your third tutorial on beginning HTML. Today we're going to look at adding line breaks, comments, and spaces to your HTML code. Now if you follow the last video, we're going to go ahead and use that HTML file we created in that video, and so let's go ahead and double click that. Now if you follow it along, we named it test.html. Let's go ahead and open that, and here is the header that we created in that last video, and here are the paragraphs that we created with the paragraph tag. Now what we want to do is we want to add some space in here between this section and this second section, so we're going to add some space right here. So let's go ahead. What we're going to do now is reopen this with VS Code, and that will allow us to look at the code. And so here was the first section that we created. This, you will remember, was the header, and this is the paragraph, and this was the second section that we used the h2 header tag to identify, and then we had another paragraph right here. So what I want you to do is go ahead and hit enter 3 times, and that should give us the space between our sections. So 1, 2, 3, and you'll notice there's an automatic line break after each tag, but if you want an additional line breaks, you have to put in the BR tag, and let's go ahead and do that, and there you go. We now have a line break, and we can go ahead and copy and paste these. You do remember, in the introductory video I talked about empty elements, and an empty element does not need a closing tag. So we can just put these in here and not have to close them, and the reason is because we're not putting anything in between these as we are like in the paragraph tag. We're just saying, hey, do a line break here. So let's go ahead and save this. If we go back to our test page, you'll see, hey, look, we've got our line breaks in there now, so now it recognized it and we're good to go. Okay, so let's close this out and let's go ahead and reopen our HTML document in VS Code again. Now let's do a comment. A comment section is used to keep notes in your HTML code that you want notes for your code, but you do not want it to be displayed on your web page. In order to do that, we use the less than angle bracket and then an exclamation point and then 2 hyphens, and then we can put whatever we want here. And again, this is internal to the code, only we're keeping private notes on our code. So we'll say this is the start of the HTML code for the second section, and then we close it with 2 hyphens and a greater than angle bracket. So let's go ahead and save this HTML document again, and let's open it, and you can see the code did not show up. That's what we wanted, right? It was an internal comment. Now watch what happens. Let's actually go back in there and let's remove the exclamation point and save again, and watch what happens now. It displayed it, you'll notice, because when we took out that exclamation point, it's no longer a comment, and the browser now treats this as actual text. So just keep that in mind. If you fat finger it, it'll actually show up in your site, which you probably realize because you'd be doing some quality assurance, I'm assuming, on your actual web page. So let's go ahead and fix that, and we're back in business. Okay, now I will show you how to add spaces or additional spaces between text. So right here, let's type in test space test, and let's do another save, and let's open it up, and you can see there it automatically will create 1 space. Now let's go back in there and let's add a bunch of spaces here, and I think you know what's going to happen, but let's go ahead and do this anyways, and you can see the browser did not recognize those extra spaces we put in. So in order to accomplish that, we have to use the following. We need to put in ampersand NBSP, and you can stack as many of these as you like. So if we want 4 spaces, we'll just put 4 of these, and I think what the designers were thinking here, whereas if you put ampersand and NBSP, that's probably not something someone's going to actually type out. So if you put that in there, it will actually create a space. So let's do our save again, and there you can see we got the spaces between test and test. So that's going to do it for this video. I will see you guys in the next video.